brothers and sisters, Nananum, religious chiefs and elders, Your Excellency the Ambassador of Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, this is a transformational project and is contributing to our vision of changing lives and transforming Ghana. The Kasoa Interchange project reflects our desire as a government to impact the lives of our people positively with the projects that we execute. Just like the numerous other projects, water supply, educational infrastructure, health facilities, road network, and other projects that we are executing, like the Kwame Nkrumah Interchange, the Eastern Corridor Road, the Gifford Road, Awoshi-Pokwasi Road, the Kasoa Interchange is a life-changing and a life-transforming project. Kasoa is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. In 1970, the population of Kasoa was estimated at only 863 people. In 1970, 863 people. They were not even up to 1,000. Today, there are more than 100,000 people living here in Kasoa alone. And as a gateway to the towns in the central region and also to the western region, the number of people commuting in and out of Kasoa continues to increase year in and year out. Over the years, therefore, heavy traffic congestion on the main road has become a major challenge for people living within Kasoa and the traveling public. And as we all know, the traffic congestion can start from as far as Apam and beyond Budumburam, almost to Apam, on a typical Saturday. And it grinds at a snail pace as you approach the Budumburam camp. As you were just told by the minister, average speed crossing Kasoa area is 5 kilometers per hour. We therefore appropriately reviewed the challenges here and designed a solution that will effectively tackle the challenge and bring enormous project benefits, not only for commuters passing through Kasoa, but also for the inhabitants of Kasoa and surrounding areas. Normally, when a road project is conceptualized, it takes a view of only traveling public, that is, people passing through the community. And therefore, arrangements are made to make it easy for them to cross the community without taking into cognition the needs of the community itself. This Kasoa Interchange is different. It doesn't only serve the people coming from Accra and passing to Cape Coast, it serves the needs of the people of Kasoa, the inhabitants of this city. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see a project like this Kasoa Interchange or the Kwame Nkrumah Interchange or the Tetekwashi Interchange or even a building, the Rich Hospital or the Police Hospital or the Tamale Teaching Hospital, when you see a project, there are many things that influence the cost of a project. And so if you build a regional hospital in one place, it doesn't mean that the cost will be the same as a regional hospital in another place. Often, if you want to know the cost of an item, you have to examine the item and examine the components that go into making the item. You cannot just stand at a distance and look at two items and determine that the cost of the item must be this just because of looking at it at a distance. You must know the components that constitute the items to be able to know the cost of the item. And so, if you ask civil engineers, if you ask a civil engineer to make the estimate of the cost of a project, there are several things you will ask you. The first one is you ask you, what is the scope of works? And the scope of works means what are the components that make up the project. And then after you have told him the scope of works, he will ask you, what is the bill of quantities? What are the materials that are going to go into this project? And then when you have told him, he will ask you, where is the location of the project? All these things go to determine what the cost of a project is. And so, when you have a new breed of political quantity surveyors who can just stand and look at something and say, oh, it's too expensive, then you have a problem. Then you have a problem. Because you can do the design of a school or a hospital and say this hospital is going to be built in Tema. And you can take that same design and say you are going to build that same hospital in Hamile. The cost of those two hospitals are not going to be the same. Because you must look at what is the cost of cement in Hamile, what is the cost of iron rods in Hamile, what is the cost of chippings for concrete in Hamile. When you have done that and you compare it to the cost of cement, because Gassem factory is in Tema, and so you can walk to Gassem, take cement and build the hospital. When you know the cost of iron rods in Tema, they are imported from the port, and so you don't have to transport it all the way to Hamile, then you can tell the cost of the hospital in Tema and the hospital in Hamile. But when you're a political quantity surveyor and you look at Kasoa Interchange and say, oh, it's too expensive, I mean, what are you talking about? You haven't seen the scope of works, you haven't seen the bill of quantities, you haven't done a survey of building materials around here in Kasoa area, and you're able to judge that the cost is too expensive. President Kufuor said something, I've never forgotten that. He said there are some people who know the cost of everything, but do not know the value of anything. They know the cost of everything, but know the value of nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kasoa interchange is not only one interchange, it's not only one bridge, it's 3 interchanges in one. The central interchange serves the commuting traffic going from Accra to Central Region and those crossing from Nyanyano to Bojuase. But there are 2 other interchanges, 2 bridges that serve the local people who want to cross over from the southern part of the city to the northern part, either on the eastern side or on the western side. There's another bridge provided for them, 2 bridges. So these are 3 interchanges in one. And so if you look at Kasoa Interchange and you think it's one bridge, and you compare it with the bridge that they built at Tetekwashi and say, oh, this one is too expensive, then you're making a very sad mistake. The Kasoa Interchange project consists of 3 flyovers at the main Kasoa traffic lights, another one at Galilea, and the 3rd one at CP. The main flyover, which is at the Kasoa traffic light, will be 270 meters long with a width of 18 meters, and so it's going to be a dual carriageway. The 2 other flyovers will be constructed at CP towards the west of the main flyover and at Galilea towards the east. These 2 flyovers will allow for north-south movements without interfering with the traffic on the main Accra Cape Coast Road. The west flyover has a span of 39.5 meters, while the east flyover has a span of 41 meters. The width of the east and west flyovers is 12 meters each. Instead of looking at the problem as an improvement in traffic flow on the main road only, we looked at the solution in a holistic manner. That is to benefit not only commuters from Accra going towards Central Region, but the people of Kasoa themselves will benefit. So the vision of this project is to improve the capacity of the main road to carry the increasing volumes of traffic, to improve the conditions of roads adjoining the main road to provide alternatives for local traffic movement without necessarily obstructing the main road. We're also going to relocate existing bus terminals at the intersection and develop them into modern bus terminals. And one of these is to be located here at the sheep market. And the other one is to be located at Nyanyano. While Nana was speaking, he spoke about the issue of compensation. It has been brought to my attention, and I have asked the Honorable Minister of Roads and Highways to liaise, form a new committee, meet the people who were affected, and negotiate appropriate compensations for them. Nana, so I wish to assure you that the issue of compensation will be sorted out, because I don't want it to become a bottleneck for the building of the new bus terminal here. There's going to be a modern bus terminal here. Let's get rid of the compensation issue so that the work can start as quickly as possible. Nana Nom, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Brazil, the project also is going to improve the drainage works in the area so that we don't experience flooding when the rains fall. And so new drains, sealed drains underground are going to be provided so that they can take storm water away without causing flood in the Kasoa area. The project is also going to provide modern schools from crèche to day nursery to primary school to JHS at Opekuma, Amuzukope, Aplaku, and English Amanfrom. So there are 4 modern schools included in the project. In addition, there's going to be a modern polyclinic to replace the existing one. I think it's somewhere here, over there. That's Areho Polyclinic. The Kasoa Polyclinic, the Areho one, is going to be replaced with a modern, new, state-of-the-art polyclinic. And the polyclinic will have an emergency center so that if any accidents happen on this road, you don't have to rush to Winneba or rush to Kolebu. You go to the Kasoa Polyclinic. There's an emergency center there, and the people will be taken care of. In addition, 10 communities in the Kasoa area are going to benefit from clean drinking water. We are going to drill boreholes in 10 communities and provide them with clean drinking water. That is not all. The local roads in the Kasoa area are going to be worked on. And so the road from Newtown to Kakraba is going to be worked on. The road from Newtown to Galilea is going to be worked on. The road from CP to Walantu is going to be worked on. Then the roads in Crespol City are going to be worked on. And the Colombo Road is also going to be worked on. In addition, a 33-kilometer road linking Kasoa straight to Amasamai is going to be constructed. So that if you are going from Kasoa and you are going to Amasamai or to Nsawam or to Kumasi, you don't have to go through Malam, through Abeka, through Achimota, through Pokwase before you go to Amasamai. You just cut across here and you appear on the main Accra Kumasi Road at Amasamai. In addition, there is a Bailey bridge, a one-way Bailey bridge, and a metal bridge. We're going to take the bridge out, and we're going to build a new concrete bridge over the River Densu on that road. And so that is why I say that when you want to estimate the cost of a project, you must know the scope of the works. All that I've read to you is the scope of works of the Kasoa Interchange. And I'm sure that if my friend and brother had seen this scope of works, he will not say what he said. This and many others are the reason why I say that the Kasoa Interchange, like other such projects, has been designed to impact and change the lives of the beneficiary communities. We are currently undertaking other equally important projects in this catchment area. The Kasoa Bypass project, which is about 75% complete, is already making a major impact on the lives of the people at Botiano, Kokrobite, Tuba, Kakraba Down, and Kasoa. Today, people from Tuba can commute to Kasoa without going onto the main Kasoa-Winneba Road. The bridge constructed over the Okrudu River has also helped address the perennial flooding that the communities experience during the rainy season. In other parts of the central region, we're also undertaking various highway, feeder, and urban road improvement works under the Cocoa Roads project. The Bojuase Aguna Swedru Highway will also be rehabilitated under the Ghana Highway Enhanced Road Fund project. That is the road from Kasoa to Bojuase to Swedru. We have got it has been awarded on contract, and so work will start on it. In addition, in other parts of the central region, 95 kilometers of roads, urban roads, in Cape Coast, Elmina, Mankessim, Salt Pond, Winneba, and Agona Swedru are going to be asphalted. Let me take that again. 95, that is almost 100 kilometers of urban roads in Cape Coast, Elmina, Mankessim, Salt Pond, Winneba, and Agona Swedru are going to be asphalted. All other regional capitals in Ghana and other towns are going to benefit from asphalting of the roads. As I speak, we have already started with Accra and Tema. In Accra and Tema, 175 kilometers of roads are being asphalted. And I'm very happy GPRTU chairman is here, because GPRTU is already benefiting as a result of the asphalting of most of the main roads in our urban centers. Motorists and commercial vehicle users are benefiting because it is protecting their shock absorbers. They don't need to change their shock absorbers too frequently. It is protecting their ball joints. It is protecting their steering rods so that these items can last longer and make their cars durable. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the government and people of Ghana, let me once again thank the government of Brazil for the developmental partnership that we are enjoying. I want to also commend Ambassador Gala, because for the period that she has been in this country, I have worked together with her on many projects that have been financed by the Brazilian government. If you add this, I'm sure this is about the 10th time I'm meeting with her to either cut short or to commission one project or the other financed by the Brazilian government. We have seen the good works and the efficiency of the contractor Constructura Queiroz Galvao at the Kwame Nkrumah Interchange. And I know that they will be extending the same quality of work to this Kasoa Interchange. It is expected that the works will be substantially completed in October this year. And during the period, I will be visiting from time to time to inspect, check, and supervise the ongoing work. Thank you very much. God bless our homeland, Ghana.